that is all for that. Let's move on. This is going to be very quick, and this is no disrespect to Colorado fans. I have nothing to say about the Rockies. We were talking about through the show before, like, the White Sox are kind of a talking point right now because outside of this weekend, they've been historically bad. The Marlins, they've been bad. They were a playoff team last year. They've been horrible. But, like, the Rockies are kind of hard to talk about because they've been bad for so long, and it just feels like there's nothing there. And obviously I said no disrespect to Colorado fans. That was very disrespectful. I apologize.
Free Ryan McMahon.
Ryan McMahon. I mean, dude, like, what? Okay, the one bright spot you had kind of looking forward to is Nolan Jones, and he's been, like, dog water. Absolutely terrible. He's batting $170. Chris Bryant, dude, like, oh my God, he was, like, honestly, he was a Cub, and he was still one of my favorite players to watch, as much as I hate the Cubs. This guy can't stay on the field, and he's terrible again. Like, Will, is there anything you have to say about them besides they suck?
Nope. So I'm going to talk about the Diamondbacks one last time quickly. I got the pronunciation for Scott's last name.
Oh, I want to hear it. Can it be McGough?
Courtesy of my dad watching this. It's McGough. Like cough.
Damn.
McGough. Boy, we were all wrong.
I want to say
is rough.
Nope.
Yeah.
I like Magoo. He's Magoo.
We butchered his name.
Nope.
We lose how to pronounce basic names. So
as far as I'm concerned, his name is Magoo from now on.
All right, but now your Rockies question.
I prefer Magoo.
All right, but your Rockies question of, is there anything good to look at? No. The team is destined to be the worst in the National League, and I do think they're going to be the worst in baseball still this year. The White Sox are surging, are going to be a World Series contender. No, all right. There's one pitcher that doesn't have, or starting pitcher doesn't have an ERA over 5. Good for you, Austin Gomer. Great
Gomer Pyle.
Yeah, Gomer Pyle, whatever. We're all about butchering names. That's the name of this podcast now. Is whose name are we going to butcher today?
Wait a minute.
Whose name is it anyway?
You got Victor Vodnik. Don't forget him. Give him his flowers.
No. They have other people that I will no longer pronounce because I'm going to butcher it. They have that guy and the other guy, and good for them. They do have some young guys hitting well in the lineup. Besides Nolan Jones, who, yes, at the beginning of the season, he was basically the only bright spot, and now he's terrible. Tovar's hitting well, and McMahon's hitting well. Diaz is hitting well, and Doyle's hitting well. So good for all of them. How is this team not have any home runs?
Hold on a minute. I have a question for you.
Oh wait, no, okay,
you have Nolan Jones, who's batting 170 right now, but his on base percentage is 243. For Corbin Carroll, we said, batting 189 with and having an on base percentage of 253 was pretty good.
295.
Okay, whatever.
It was over. It was 0.1 over what his average is.
All
right. Look,
you lose that.
My dyslexia.
Also, when your team is 7-21, you don't get that luxury.
Oh, you don't get it?
No, absolutely not. Okay. Will, finish your thought.
The only bright spot really is that the offense is middle of the pack in baseball and average. Good for them. It means that they're at least are hitting for average in their wiffle ball of a stadium.
You can't say the same about the pitching, though. Their team ERA is at crisp.
Their pitching is pitching like they're playing in a wiffle ball stadium.
Yeah, the MLW is going to be calling the Rockies for their stadium because their team ERA is 6.06. Want to know what 29th place is? 5.1. If you do the math, that's a lot more than the second worst team. Like, they can't keep the ball in the yard there. Their pitching is horrible. Look, this is not anything new with the Rockies. We know how hard it is to pitch in Colorado. I get that. But when you're putting the pitchers you are out on the mound, and what are you expecting here? What results are you expecting other than what you're getting?
To be fair to those pitchers, I don't think if you put Nolan Ryan or Jim Palmer out there, I don't think their ERAs are going to suffer too. And in all
Baldo
fairness,
Jimenez, he's the only one that can pitch there.
Yes.
couldn't pitch anywhere else. Makes no sense. You bulldoze everyone else out of the playoffs, but when it comes to the Rockies, somehow he can throw a no-hitter.
I just want to put this out there. I love us because I think we've got the most animated this year about the Athletics, the Rockies, and the White Sox. We are fantastic.
It's because we can have fun with these
love
teams.
trash can teams.
And how to prevent pitcher arms. That's what we also have got more animated about too. We are
Yes.
very, very animated about how to protect pitcher arms.
And the Red Sox are frauds.
Oh yes, that too. John, do you have
Man, the
any
engagement's just spiked up on the stream all of a sudden. That's crazy.
Holy shit, we have 1,000 viewers all of a sudden.
I said it. I said it before Will made his point. I'm going to say it again. Hashtag free Ryan McMahon. Free this man. Let him go. Send him somewhere where he can be actually useful, and not just somebody that is going to pitter patter around in Colorado and be on a last place team. That's all I got.
Yeah. Shout out my man Brendan Rodgers. I said, this guy's gonna have a nice season, blah blah. He's doing shit. So that was the only good thing I had to say about them at the start of the year. And guess what? Look at him batting.
Tyler from Big League Breakdown thinks I'm gonna have a good season. I'll show him.
This is true.